Hello everyone, this is the Bovine Terror, and today we will be continuing Bastilles and Brontotheres, my D&D campaign. Last time, our heroes converged at the fortress of Zamhus, where Noodlet, played by Tom, and Julian, played by Nick, prepared to fight in a Colosseum event to see who the greatest warrior among the humanoids would be. Hugh, played by James, sat alongside Zamhus as his esteemed guest to watch the fighting. However, the fighting was cut short as a firebending dwarf attacked Zamhus directly instead of fighting in the Colosseum. A large explosion then destroyed a section of the Colosseum, and a flood of humanoids and their animal companions streamed in and began fighting the Draken soldiers viewing the event. After several minutes of intense fighting, Zamhus directly confronted the female dwarf and a strange-looking male Marin. They fought viciously, but Zamhus was quickly defeated by the teamwork of the two humanoids and their animal companions. Defeat came to the remainder of the Draken as well, as the humanoid army wins a decisive battle. Our heroes accompany the humanoid army and learn that they are the group known as the Dangerous or Tenacious Humanoids Against Scaly Superiors, or DOTH-ASS for short. Their goal is to defeat the dragons that terrorize humanoids on this side of the world and to drive them out, back to the faraway continent that they came from. Our heroes agree to help the group after an impassioned speech by the dwarf, who they come to learn is named Paho. They are then sent to Africa on an assignment that they would learn about later when they met up with their guide. Additionally, Hugh is referred to a group of humans in Africa that may help him get back to his lost world, and Julian is sent to a group of human windbenders who may be able to further his lessons now that he has no teachers. But during their travels, they are confronted with two menacing Gigantopithekuses, who charge the group after being spooked by their appearance. But just as the apes are charging, a boomerang flies through the air, impacting the apes as they charge. The group turns to see the boomerang fly back into the hands of a strange lizard person. Who is this mysterious person, and how will our heroes fare against these apes? These are the questions flowing through our players' minds as we begin the second session of Bastilles and Brontotheres. Let's roll for combat. So, to start off combat, everybody roll for initiative. And, Chris, you are not a part of this.
Oh.
Sorry.
Hey, James here. Can I ask a question? Am I in the scene?
Everyone's there, except Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry you don't get to be here, Chris, but I need to kind of introduce you. And this character that just came with the boomerang is the character who's going to introduce you later.
Okay.
It will be Julian, and then Noodlet, and then Hugh, and then the lizard guy, and then the apes. So, Julian, you're up first. Oh wait, you also get to add actually, first question. This will change initiative because you guys have it. So because the two of you are riders, James and Tom, you guys have the added initiative thing. So, you will actually roll a d20 again, you don't add another d20. You add the initiative from your companions to your roll as well, and then you guys act together. And
So for the audience's reference, my character companion is Winnie the Pooh Hole, and he has initiative +3.
Okay, so then you just add 3 to your overall thing. If you could add that, I would appreciate that, because I'm trying to look up what Bearchelor is, just so we get it quickly. 0! Bearchelor has no initiative.
Cool.
That brings you up to a 20.
Right.
Okay, so
Do you
then...
have dice roller, or do you want me to roll for you as well?
If you don't mind, could you roll for me?
You don't have to roll again. You already rolled once, so... So yeah. So, okay, new order, it'll be Julian, and then Hugh, and then Noodlet, and then, the lizard guy, and then the apes. So, Julian, you are first.
Yes. I'm going to chuck an advanced element ball at the monster on the left.
Okay, and how we'll do this is there's one that's much bigger than the other one. So that's how we'll identify which one. You're going to throw it at the small one. Okay, cool.
I'm a small boy. I can take the small one, but not the large one.
Oh my god, why are you giving me more editing work? Okay, so you'll roll a d20, and then you'll add, so you roll a d20, and then you'll do your attack, your base attack bonus plus an intelligence bonus, and that's how you'll attack.
25.
25. Okay, so that definitely hits them. Yeah. So now that you successfully throw an element ball at them, and so now you will roll damage. So it does a D8 of damage. So roll 1d8, and that's how much damage you do.
3.
Okay, so you do 3 damage to it. They seem relatively unfazed.
Oh.
Okay, so then and then Baleen can do something.
Ah, so she can. Can she try and whack one of them with her long neck?
Let's see, can she reach them? I know she's slow as hell. Yeah, she can reach them.
Yay.
So, let's see, Baleen has a tail attack right now, so...
Baleen
does not want to slap with her neck, by the way, because if she does, she will break her neck.
She'll get arthritis.
Excellent. Tail attack. That is 13.
13. Okay, so she goes up and she hits them. Which one is she attacking again?
The small one.
The small one. Okay, so she runs up and tries to hit the small one with her tail, and it blocks with its arm, and so she doesn't seem to deal any damage.
Okay.
All right, and James, your turn.
Am I obligated to attack?
You can do whatever you want. If you want, you can just run away or attack your friends or dance. Like, you can literally do whatever you want.
Right.
You want to try diplomacy?
You can try to roll diplomacy against them, yeah. You can do that.
First of all, I don't really, from what the information you're saying is that these apes are hostile, right?
Yes, they are baring their teeth and charging at you.
Okay. And we have another person, a mysterious person attacking them.
Yes.
From behind us.
Yes.
Does he seem like a friendly fella?
Well, I mean, they did throw the boomerang at the apes when they were mad at you guys, so presumably yes. They're kind of scary looking, I guess, because they look like they're half person, half lizard.
How far away are these apes?
Racist.
Wait, what'd you say, Chris?
That's racist.
What's racist?
Oh, they are half person, half lizard, so they are scary looking. That's so judgmental, Trevor.
No, okay. I'm
They're
not afraid of this
beautiful.
character that I made. I'm saying Hugh, being a human person who's not from here, would have no fucking idea what that is and would be alarmed at least.
Okay, well, honestly, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And so what I'm going to now do is protect everybody by charging... well, first of all, my question was how far away are the apes?
So they're running at you. They're currently like 8 meters away.
Are they?
Yeah.
I would like to, not knowing how powerful these creatures are, could I attempt to throw an object of sexual gratification at them?
Yes, you can. Oh, also, are you riding on Winnie right now?
Yes.
Okay, so just so you know, you have access to, if you're riding on Winnie, you have access to your rider abilities. So just know that.
Remind me of those, sorry.
Okay, there's quite a few. Hang on. So for really the combat part that you have for that is that it's so that you and your animal companion are so connected that you combine your power for a limited amount of time each day. Choose one physical attribute, strength, dexterity, or constitution, and you and your companion add that attribute together from each of your base numbers and use the added result as that value. This temporary increase only happens if the rider is riding the mount. You may only use this ability for a number of rounds per day equal to your rider level. So you're level 3, so you can do this for 3 rounds a day. And basically what it is you can just choose strength, dexterity, constitution, and then you add Hugh's ability and Winnie's ability together, and then you use that ability together. So you can either boost like your attack strength for a whole bunch, you can add your like dodging ability together, or you can add your health together. You don't have to do this, but you can. It's just an option.
I would like to take that option right now, as I could see how futile the previous effort was against these apes, and we need to go all in.
Okay.
So I would like to activate that particular bonus.
Okay. So which
I
one?
would like
so connected to your animal friend.
What?
You see, like this ability only comes because you're very connected to your, your animal pet. How do you get that intimate with an animal?
By being a rider and practicing riding and attacking at the same time.
Practicing the mount as well as the ride.
The cowboy?
A lot of mounting, a lot of riding.
I tried to make the joke without having to edit it out, and then you pushed it too far, and now I have to.
Hey, if you never go too far, you'll never go far enough.
No, but not going far enough gives me less work to do, so I appreciate not going too far.
Okay, my final decision, Trevor.
Okay.
I would like Hugh Jazdek to attack the smaller ape with the dildo from long range using the side specialization and combining dexterity with Winnie the Pooh Hole.
Okay.
Do I just read it off his attributes, the ability score?
Yeah, just tell me what the ability score is.
It's 17.
17, and then you have 13, so combined you have 30. So your ability modifier becomes plus 10. So your attack bonus is plus 2, so you get a plus 12 to attack with the dildo.
That's excellent.
That's a lot of penetration.
What am I rolling?
Yes, it is. So it'll be a d20 plus 12.
32.
For God's sake.
Oh, he rolled a 20.
Wait, did you get a 20?
Yeah, you got a 20.
Okay, then roll one more time and tell me what just the number is. If you guys ever roll a 1 or a 20, let me know.
Alright. The second roll is a 8.
8. Okay. Alright, so if you get a 20, that means it's a critical hit, which means that you not only deal extra damage, but special things can happen if you roll high enough the second time. So you didn't roll high enough to get anything special, but you do double damage. So roll a d4 for the damage.
3.
Okay, so it's 3 plus 1, which is 4, and then you double that, which is 8. So you do 8 damage. So you throw it directly into the smaller ape's eye, and it hurts them quite a bit.
I didn't hear what the moderator said.
So it deals 8 damage. You throw it directly into the smaller ape's eye, and it hurts them quite a bit. They're unhappy about it. So that's that. So yeah, and then Winnie's turn.
Does it bounce off the eye, or does it get lodged in his brain?
No, it bounces off of it and just lands on the ground.
What's the material made of? That's the important question.
I don't know.
Is it
It's
like
James's.
wood, or is it like
It's James's dildo. I don't know.
it's the dildo?
It's rock hard stone.
Is it like really rubbery, or is it like more?
It's rubbery. It's really it's silicone.
Okay.
Wait, how did that do more damage than Element Ball?
Because he hit them in the eye, and Nick just kind of hit them in the chest or something.
Winnie the Pooh Hole has the ability to either claw or bite the enemy. And I would like him to claw at the enemy.
Okay, and actually you can claw and bite in the same turn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Alright. We have 4, 5, and 20. Oh my god. Shit.
4, 5, and 20.
Yeah, for the 3-year-olds.
So okay, so when he tries to bite the ape and claw at them, the first bite and the first claw don't connect. They're just not super coordinated and they're missing quite a bit. But then on the last claw,
chopped his scrotum off.
I should maybe specify. The smaller one looks to be a female, and the bigger one looks to be male. Just so you know.
Oh, that makes it so much better.
So okay, and then roll damage. So Winnie's claw is a D4. So if you could roll a D4, please.
3.
Okay, so then 3 plus 2 is 5. So 10 damage. So on that hit, the claw rakes into the face of the ape, and it seems to hurt them quite a lot, and they scream in pain. They seem like that so far seems like the most damaging attack. But yeah, okay. Now, Tom.
All right, so I'm currently riding Bearchelor. So I'll use the double of the for the 3 rounds, the special attacks. So then I'll attack with Bearchelor first. So I've got Gore, Trample, or Trunk Slam.
Wait, just help 1 second. Are you gonna activate your rider special ability like James did?
Yes, and although I don't have the character sheet with me.
I kind of remember your stats. So which stat do you want to
Okay.
do?
We'll just go with what you say. I'm happy to activate my rider special ability. We'll do that.
Which stat do you want to do? Strength, dexterity, or constitution?
Let's do Constitution.
Okay, so you'll have a massively increased amount of health for you and Bearchelor.
I'm afraid of the big apes that are going to penetrate me. So that's I wanna prepare for the worst.
Or
Okay.
in case Game tries to attack me with the dildo.
I'll attack with Bearchelor first.
You also can't trample them because they're too big to trample.
That's fine. So I'll use the Gore for my
Okay.
first one.
Right? So roll d20 and add 5 to that.
1.
Oh, come on!
Okay, roll again.
Thank you. 16. That's better.
Oh wait, I almost forgot. Could you roll a second time for Winnie's critical hit?
No.
Okay, then I'll do it. It's a 6, so yeah, nothing extra. Yeah. So then, all right. So, you run. So Bearchelor tries to run up and tries to go for a Gore, but he gets a little bit too excited and stabs his tusk into the ground, which makes him stumble a little bit. He is able to right himself before he falls over, but he spends the rest of his round trying to make sure he doesn't fall over, so he doesn't get any more attacks. So now, does Noodlet want to?
How does the
shoot bow?
dildo hit, but my Gore just flops to the ground?
It's just RNG.
All right, so then I'll use my wooden bow for the smaller ape.
Okay.
While the small ape's got a dildo lodged in its eye that's sort of bounced off, so your vision will be impaired.
And then I think your attack bonus was +4. So let's go with that.
Yeah, we'll just go with +4.
Could you roll a d20 for that?
20?
Yeah.
19 plus 4, 23.
Ooh, that's actually a critical hit for the bow. So you'll actually do double damage with that. So you have a wooden bow, so it's a d4. So if you could roll a d4, please.
3.
3. Okay. Okay. So then, yeah. So you deal 6 damage with that. So you shoot the ape. It hits them in the shoulder. It does seem to hurt. Doesn't seem to do a lot of damage, but it does seem to hurt them. Okay.
Did it hurt more than the dildo? That's the big question that I want to know.
It did not.
It did not.
It
No.
did.
The dildo did 2 more damage than the bow.
James, I've got to know how you got the dildo. So, like, what you've made. It must be some secret substance.
That will need to be explained at a later time.
Exactly. Okay, so that's that. And then it is now the lizard guy's turn. So they take out that same boomerang. I should also mention this boomerang is like almost. I think the boomerang is a little bit over 1 meter long. Like it's really, really big. So they take it out.
The size that matters is how you use it.
That is true. Okay, so they take it out, and they are going to throw it at the smaller ape. That's not good. Well, they throw it, the ape blocks it pretty easily, and then I need to see if it comes back to them. Okay, it returns. That's good. So now it is the ape's turn. So, the large ape is going to attack Furchlos. Oh, that's not very good. Okay, so let's see. It's that, and then it's that. Okay, so the ape goes up and starts like clawing at Furchlos. The first attack doesn't get through Furchlos' thick hide, but the second one does, and rakes into Furchlos. Furchlos would yell out in pain, but the problem is Furchlos has been super boosted with health because of your rider ability. So Furchlos gives zero shits about this. So it does 9 damage, but Furchlos is over health. I'm pretty sure with the extra bonus you have is way more than that, so it basically does no damage. So that's good.
Some of Furchlos's,
No, I've got Furchlos.
Oh no, I've been using that.
Yeah, like, so because they did Constitution, it gives them extra temporary health. And the temporary health, I can't quite remember what Tom's Constitution is, but it's quite a bit, and so I think it adds, I want to say that Constitution bonus adds probably like 15 extra health to Furchlos, so 8 damage just doesn't do enough to affect that.
So, when do we use ability score versus ability modifier?
So the ability score is just the raw number, and the ability modifier is what that translates to when you're rolling dice.
Okay.
So you use the bonus basically all the time. The only time I want you to add the numbers is for this special ability, because if you have 2 odd numbers and you add them together, it makes an even number, and then that makes that 1 point more powerful. That's the only reason I'm doing it that way. All right.
So its Constitution ability modifier is +2.
Mm-hmm.
His HP is 27.
This is Furchlos?
Bearchelor, yeah.
Okay, so, and then I think...
I don't know about Tom himself.
Tom's is pretty high, so I think that's why, I think I calculated that he gets like 15, I think both Furchlos and Noodlet get like 15 points of extra health on top of their normal health, so I'm pretty sure that that attack doesn't do any damage. Okay, so then the second one is going to directly attack James. So, James, what is your AC?
My AC is 17.
Okay, so the first attack hits you. The second attack, you said 17?
17.
Does not. Okay. Oh wait, I almost forgot. You have the are you adding the bonus from the rider specialization?
I'm not.
Okay, so then that gives you an extra. Oh wait, no, it's just the raw number. So let's see, what is Winnie the Pooh's ability modifier for dexterity?
It is +3. Oh shit! I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Okay, so the ability score is 17, and then your dexterity is 13. Oh no, so you have a +10 to your AC, which to your dexterity modifier instead of a +1. So you have, your AC is right now is 20. Okay, so that first attack still does hit, the second attack does not. So the smaller ape claws at you. The first hit does rake into you, and it deals 9 damage. So if you could give yourself, like, temporarily, you lose 9 health.
You write that down. I have 11 out of 20 health. 11 out of 20? Okay.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah.
Where's my thanks?
What?
I wrote it down.
Oh, you wrote it down too. I'm sorry. Thank you. I just saw Nick wrote it down. I didn't see that you wrote it down. I'm sorry. Thank you as well, Tom. All right. So now we are back to Julian.
I would like to climb a tree.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a climb check.
Oh, climb check.
Do you want to do it backwards as well? Do it off in time?
Oh, no, that's a little bit too much.
Can you
So-
just airbend out the tree?
Sorry, I'm doing a climb check, which is That's a -3. Yikes.
Yeah, he actually will get an ability to wind bend up earlier or later on, but he's not high enough level yet.
Alrighty. So my D20 gets a 7, and then -3 is 4.
Okay, you try to scramble up the tree, but you don't get anywhere, and so you spend your whole turn trying to do that.
Okay.
So yeah, so
That's
now...
such a shame.
Yeah, so
Wait,
Baleen can act now if you want.
Nick, what was your idea for climbing up the tree?
Sorry?
What was your idea for climbing up the tree?
I was gonna dive bomb them. But it's not still out of the question because Baleen has a +2 on her climb, and she would like to try the tree next to me.
Wait. Okay. This is Brachiosaurus. It's got like elephant feet. She can't climb up a tree.
Yes, I
That's
would
like
like to
6
try.
legs to help her climb up the tree. 6 legs. Extra mobility.
Okay, that's true, but they're like elephant legs, so they're like underneath her body supporting her weight, so they're not like... Okay, the climb for her is mostly like if she's climbing up like a rocky surface. She can't climb a tree.
Is there a
Climb,
rocky
Trevor.
surface nearby?
Sorry, what, Nick?
Is there a rocky surface nearby?
No, you're in the middle of a forest.
Bugger. Okay, in that case, Baleen would like to yell really loudly.
Okay, is she trying to intimidate them, or she's just yelling to yell?
She's yelling for the sake of yelling.
Okay, she does
I
that.
wanna know what
Do you want to do anything else?
No.
Wait, Nick, you could climb Baleen, right? Technically.
Can I climb Baleen yet, or is she still too small?
You can. She's still pretty tall. She's like, I want to say she's a little over 2 meters tall. So you could do that, yeah. She's much easier to get on top of.
Well, too late. I fell off the tree already.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So next turn.
turn.
Okay, James, you're up.
Just to recount, what is the current mental state of the ape? The small one, this female, the bitch, I should say. I mean,
You're going to prison. That's what I know. It's the general consensus here. I think that might be sexual harassment. You might get a call from RSPCA.
It's not
how's that
sexual
dumb broad
harassment.
going?
We're not sexually harassing the apes, okay?
We're not.
No, we're not. You don't ask that questioningly.
I think it would be very reasonable now that I am closer to penetrate the skin of the female
How?
using my double-handed spear.
Okay. Sounds good. Go for it. Are you reactivating for this turn? Your ability. So you used one of your 3 turns for the day.
Well, as long as I can reassign that to my strength modifier, I would like to be able to do that.
You definitely can do that. So let's see, strength is 13, and Winnie's is 14. So you have 27 as your ability score in that, which is 26, which means you have a +8 instead of what you have now. So
That is most excellent.
So you have a +10 to your attack now, and you also deal instead of 1d6 plus 1 damage, you deal 1d6 plus 8 damage.
That's a lot.
Yeah, the Rider's ability is very, very powerful, but they can only use it a few seconds each day.
So we hit that D20.
Yeah, so roll a d20. It's a d20 plus 10.
15 plus 10.
Okay, yeah,
25.
So that hits. So now roll damage. So it'll be a d6 plus. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I forgot you guys have special weapon heads. Oh no, no one's used it yet. Doesn't matter. Okay.
Damon's got a special weapon head, doesn't he?
That took you way too long to laugh at.
Yeah, the delayed reaction was actually
Honestly,
quite
I just want my spear to penetrate the female, so can we get onto that? I actually have a disdain for females, as Hugh Jackson was sexually molested by his mum.
Alright, sure, alright.
How much editing do you have to do, Trevor?
What?
How much editing are you going to have to do?
Already quite a bit.
That's backstory. You can't edit that out. That is important character backstory. You have to include it in the video.
No. I can do what I want. Okay, so, Nick, could you, so you did that, could you do a d6 plus 8?
2 plus 8, 10.
Okay, and then you also, because you have Hide Piercer, it's against large terrestrial mammals, so you do an extra 2 damage. So you said it was 8 damage? So, okay, so you do 10 damage total, plus the poison, which they have to roll a DC save against. They failed.
It was 10 damage.
10 plus 2.
10 base damage plus 2.
Yeah.
12.
Oh, 12 damage. Okay, thank you. Okay, so 12 damage, and then they failed this fortitude save against the poison, which means that their accuracy is going to be decreased. Okay, that does a solid amount of damage. Good job. Alright, does Winnie want to attack?
Winnie will definitely attack.
Alright, so Winnie also has that plus 10 to their attack. So their attack bonus is... Yeah, so attack bonus is plus 10, and their damage is going to be a d6 plus 8 and a d4 plus 8, respectively.
Alright. What shall we roll now?
Okay, so could you roll 3 d20s for each attack?
We have a 20. For God's sake.
Yeah, jeez.
Do you want me to roll the second after the 20? Or...
Just tell me what the first 3 rolls are, and then we'll do that.
Alright. We have a 20, a 14, and a 9.
Alright, so then all of those will hit. Now can you roll a second roll for the critical?
9.
9. Okay, so nothing special happens. Alright, but the bite will do double damage. So, okay, for the bite, can you do a d6?
6.
Wow, okay. So it's gonna be 6 plus 8, which
Can we
is...
refresh the page? I reckon there's something wrong with the dice.
which is 14, and then times
Double
2
damage.
is 28. Wow, that is a lot of damage. So that one bite does 28 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, that hurt a lot. The female's looking very, very injured now. But the claw attacks both hit as well. So, could you roll a 2d4s?
1 and 1.
Oh,
Okay.
thank God.
So that's 9 and 9, so that's another 18 damage. Okay, so they're looking very, very weak now. Also, because now, James, would you like to activate your bear's special ability where if he successfully hits with both of his claw attacks, he can start grappling against the enemy?
Oh yeah.
Alright, so now you'll roll a d20 plus your CMB, which is now increased because of your strength, so now instead of 11, it's a plus 16, so d20 plus 16.
The d20 says 8.
8 plus 16 is 24. Alright, that succeeds, so your bear successfully, wraps, as they get the 2 claws in, successfully wrestles the ape to the ground, and the ape is now pinned underneath Winnie.
Yeah.
Alright, so now it is, Tom's turn.
Okay, so the small ape is down for the count and preoccupied, I will say, to try and keep this PG rated. And so let's go with... So what's the status of the big ape?
The big ape has taken no damage yet.
He's ready to kick us in the face.
Well, no one's... Is anyone going to fight with him? Or am I the only one? You should take the big ape, I believe you. Yeah, I'm going to get absolutely slaughtered.
Tom, you're the
So-
only one fighting the big ape right now.
Tom, you're a tanky boy.
I'm surprised the BA hasn't charged at James for penetrating the kisses, whatever it is.
Well, okay, granted, you did shove a mammoth in his face, so he's a little preoccupied by that.
Okay, what are my options here? I probably don't want to engage in combat because I'm a little bit concerned that the big ape will overpower, and have I got anywhere to run away or like take cover?
Well,
You
okay,
could fight the small ape. You
so
could
right
kill the small
now
ape.
you and the big ape charged at each other, and the big ape attacked Furchlos. So right now you guys are in like melee combat with each other. If you try to move away from them, then the big ape will get a free attack against you as you move away.
All right, I'll just go for it. I better get a 20, or I'm not going to be happy. I will. All right, let's attack. So,
All right, are you doing Furchlos or you first?
Let's go Furchlos first.
Right.
I would like to use. All right, let's trunk slam this.
All right, are you
this
reinitiating your riding bonus?
So if I've got, yeah, I will probably need to because the damage will be really great from the receiving end from the big ape. So let's do that.
Keep doing Constitution.
Yep, do
Okay.
Constitution. I'm happy with that.
All right, so then yeah, can you roll 2d20s for the trunk slam and the gore?
The trunk slam gets a 4,
Okay.
and was it gore was the other one?
Yeah.
The gore gets a 2.
Okay.
I'm so done. I'm so done. I don't
So-
think you're very good. I want to Can I refresh that? I reckon this is rubbish.
I mean, if you want, you can, but so Furchlos
I couldn't
tries
roll, I
to
got nice.
hit with his trunk, and the ape is able to block that, and then tries to hit with the gore, and the ape grabs Furchlos's tusks and kind of wrestles them away from him so he doesn't get stabbed. So yeah, now do you want to shoot?
Well, I've got really no other choices. Please be kind. Yes, let's go for it. Let's shoot.
Are you shooting the
Please.
big ape?
I'll shoot the big ape. Let's go. Come
Right.
on.
The D20 says 14.
That's all right. I don't
Okay,
mind.
so then I think it was a +4, which gives you an 18, so that does hit. So roll a d4 for the damage.
4.
Oh, thank
Oh.
goodness.
Okay.
Something.
So you do 4 damage to the ape, you shoot it in its arm, and it doesn't seem too phased, but you did do some damage.
Well, I at least got something. So
Mhm.
that's the main.
Okay, this is makeup because Furchlo, I had that introductory thing where I was like, I'll pit 3 level 3 characters against these level 3 players. It's probably going to be a fair fight, right? And then you killed all of them in the first round. So this is Furchlos's like bad luck coming through when Furchlos had really good luck before.
Yep.
Okay, so now it is the lizard guy. So he is going to throw. Now that the smaller ape is tackled, he's going to throw his big boomerang at. I misgendered my own character. Their boomerang is they're going to throw at the big ape. Ooh, that's high. Okay. Do you crit? No, you don't crit. Okay. So they get a 28 to hit. So that hits, and then so they squarely hit the big ape in the face with the boomerang, and it does 11 damage. And does the boomerang come back? Yes, the boomerang comes back. Okay. So he gets the boomerang back, and alright, now it is the ape's turn. So the ape that is being pinned is going to attempt to get out. So Winnie's CMD with the added strength modifier is now 30, so she will have to beat a 30 to get out. She does not, so she struggles to get out from under Winnie, and Winnie is thoroughly grappling her, so she cannot get out. And then the male is now going to turn his attention to James and is going to attack Winnie. So first attack. Oh, that's not good.
Wait, isn't the male locked in combat with
Virtuous.
Tom?
They
Yeah,
ran
and-
up side by side, so everybody is within striking range of everybody else right now. In fact, the only person who's not is the lizard person and Nick, because they stood back. Everybody else is in melee combat right now. Also, technically, these guys' reach is 6 meters, or not 6 meters. It's It's 4 meters, so they can reach outside of melee combat anyway. Yeah, that's not good for that
their
first
arms
hit.
are 4 meters long.
Well, okay, they can stretch, and like their stretch attack is 4 meters in total.
Shit, that's
Yeah, they're
long.
really, really big. They're about the same size as the mammoth.
Oh, that is huge.
They're huge, yeah.
Dungeon Master, you said something that was bad. What did you mean?
So they got a critical hit twice against Winnie. So, yeah, this is gonna hurt.
I bet it will. Is he dead?
Am I able to activate one more?
You literally
Special.
picked strength. You didn't pick constitution.
Yeah, you can't stack at this point.
Okay.
Okay, so that's...
That's called armor.
How did Winnie pin down the smaller one in the first place? Is it?
So what?
Winnie's like special ability is that Winnie's really good at grappling. So Winnie has basically been trained how to grapple other creatures really effectively. So even though Winnie's smaller than the apes, he's able to pretty effectively grapple even bigger creatures. So Winnie takes 32 damage. That's a lot. Wow. Okay. So Winnie is now unconscious.
But I must remind you, as well as the audience, that Winnie the Pooh Hole has a special ability called Unyielding. Which the description of that is if their HP goes below 0, they do not faint, they continue to fight until they lose enough HP to die.
You are right. So, Winnie is now at -7 health, but Winnie is still conscious. I did forget about that. So when Winnie gets down to -16, Winnie will die.
Alright, you're at -7, and -16 is the magic number.
Oh, I should be writing this down.
I've got
Okay.
it.
I wrote down for Winnie's health. This is the first time Winnie's been hit.
It is a pretty critical hit.
Yeah, there was 2 critical hits, so that was bad.
Bye, Chris.
I definitely know what I want to do in the next turn. But
Okay.
we'll wait till that.
Yeah, alright, so Nick, it is your turn.
No, I'm like crawling at the bottom of the tree because
Yeah, he's being useless.
I will cast a. If I put a defensive, what's it called? Advanced protective barrier around Winnie. Will he still be able to move and do things and potentially not get hit next turn?
So,
Or is it specifically for projectile attacks?
yeah, so the wind barrier is specifically for projectiles, and it's also in a line, so you can't surround people with it. It's more just like a big shield that you put up to reflect projectiles.
Understood. In that case, I will quickly run to the female's head and use... where did it go? Use my bending specialization of wind to create a narrow but strong stream of wind from your mouth and blow it up her nostrils.
That's not a bad
I mean,
idea.
at least it was nostril. It could have been something a little bit worse.
I wouldn't have permitted that if he tried. Okay, so, and you're, just so you know, the female ape is still being grappled by Winnie. So are you doing it to the female or are you doing it to the male?
The female.
Okay, so you do that. I guess roll a d20 just to make sure you successfully do it.
I roll a 14.
Okay, you don't have to add anything; it just works. So you do that, and it bothers her quite a lot. It's very obnoxious. Yeah, I guess I will say that that her accuracy reduces even further from the last time. Oh, I actually forgot to roll the DC to see if she got out. She didn't. So, okay. Yeah, so her accuracy is now a -4 to attack instead of a -2. So good job. All right, so Baleen.
And can I have Baleen stomp on her head?
Yeah. So you'll just use the same value for the tail attack.
So I roll my d20, and the d20 says 11.
Okay. plus...
And Baleen is using... What are we adding to that?
So it's the tail attack. So just find that.
Tail attack. Oh, there it is. The tail attack is a +4 to my 11, which is 15.
Okay, so that hits. So then roll damage.
A d6 +2 gives me 3 + 2, 5.
5, okay. So you deal 5 damage. It does seem to hurt. The female is looking very weak anyway, so this is just continuing to weaken her. Alright, so now it is James.
I would like to deep throat the female with the spear. Is that alright?
What? What?
I would like to take that spear, now that Winnie has held down the victim, I would like to shove this two-handed spear down its throat.
Okay,
hopefully to go through the spinal cord, severing it off.
Okay. Alright, so that's fine. What is the, what, are you going to reapply your rider bonus? This would be your last one for the day.
No.
You're not going to use it, okay. Alright, so then, yeah, roll to attack.
15 +3.
It's +3. Do I get any extra because it's a large terrestrial mammal?
So you deal extra damage against them if you hit.
So I've got Hide Piercer, which is my ability against large terrestrial mammals.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the two-handed spear, which has got an attack bonus of +3.
Mm-hmm. So what was the d20 roll?
15 is 18.
Okay. So that does hit. So then roll. So it's the damage will be a d6 +1 plus the 2 because of Hide Piercer.
4 + 1 + 2 is 7.
Okay, so you deal 7 damage to her. It doesn't do exactly what you wanted it to do, but it does stab into her mouth, and it does cause quite a bit of damage.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
Alright, and then Winnie. So Winnie can attack while he's grappling, just so you know.
I'm inclined to protect Winnie's life. So I think the best move for Winnie would be to run up a tree.
Okay, so if Winnie does that, you will allow the large ape to get an attack of opportunity against Winnie.
Why?
Because the large ape is in melee range, and so if you disengage from melee range, then any enemies get to choose to get an attack of opportunity. The female does not, because you have the female grappled, so you'll just release the grapple and run away, and she won't get to attack you, but the male will.
Winnie should just kill the female. That's the safest move.
Winnie's gonna die!
Well, based upon what I understand, Winnie has 9 points of HP before death.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I don't want to lose Winnie so early on in this ordeal. And the only thing I can see at the moment, unless you guys have any ideas, is to get Winnie to disengage from the female and climb a tree.
How are you going to climb the tree is the next question that I'm going to ask you. Is it going to be a backflip? Or is it going to be a backflip again? Like, is it going to be a somersault?
Oh, now I would say probably cartwheeling towards the tree.
You could form a meat shield with yourself between Winnie and the large male.
What?
Tom is like the tankiest here, right?
Sorry?
You have the most constitution here.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So you form the meat shield between the male and Winnie the Pooh.
I'm not losing Bearchelor over this guy who can do a cartwheel and dance around.
No, but if Winnie disengages, Winnie will die because he gets a free attack in. So Winnie has to stay there.
James has plenty of health. 9's a lot.
9's not a lot.
Yeah, 9's plenty. Biscuit for the biscuit.
So okay, what I will say, Chris, is that that is technically a good idea, but how this fight is going on is that everybody's just in a kind of a big ball right now. So anybody can kind of attack anybody right now, and you can't really, no one can really act as a meat shield. How people are
I'm
positioned.
surprised James hasn't attacked us.
In my view, Winnie the Pooh hole should break dance and then like cartwheel and backflip away, and then climb up a tree like a normal person would.
Now it becomes normal.
Okay, so Winnie is going to disengage and try to break dance away. Is that correct?
What's the ability modifier or something like that?
Wait, is that correct?
I don't think that's a trait. I think that should be a negative to try.
Wait, but the attack of opportunity will still apply, right?
I'm sorry?
The attack of opportunity will still apply.
It will, yeah.
So Winnie's gonna die.
Well, maybe. So it depends how much damage the ape does, and it also depends if the ape actually successfully hits Winnie.
What's the magic number he needs to get to be able to break dance away?
Well, I don't know. So if you're gonna break dance, you have to roll an acrobatics check for Winnie to see if he does the dance.
So he's got a +6 on his acrobatics, which adds to the d20 of 6, and he gets a 12.
Okay, Winnie break dances, not that well, but he does.
Pretty well considering how sick he is at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. So Winnie starts dancing away, and the male does attack. Let's see. Oop, that wasn't a good roll. Let's see. Okay, so the male does hit Winnie, and deals. Oh, that's not good.
Magic number?
13 damage.
And that's the end of James.
So, as Winnie's breakdancing away, the ape is unimpressed, and with one final slap, Winnie falls down on the ground dead.
You have to say
I can't hear!
I was just saying, how do you want to do this?
Wait, what?
He's
I just
what?
say-
He's breakdancing away?
Yeah, as he's breakdancing away from the scene, the large ape slashes one more time at Winnie, unimpressed at the dance moves, and Winnie falls down dead.
No.
Who will be China's president now?
What?
Who will be China's president now?
Oh, that was a good joke. Well, this video is gonna get banned in China, but that's okay. Okay, so yeah, that's that. So we will get back to this at the end of the battle. Don't worry, James. All right, so now it is. Yeah, actually, no, yeah. So Tom, it is your turn now.
Okay, so the large ape is partially damaged, is that right?
Yeah, the large ape has taken a little bit of damage. The female ape, which is the smaller ape, has taken a lot of damage.
Well, if I kill, it could be like a Liam Neeson moment, and so could say, I will find you and will kill you. So I could take out the female, but then I would have Liam Neeson-sized ape hunting me down and wanting to kill me.
That's true, yeah.
But nah, screw it. I'm gonna finish off the smaller ape.
Okay.
With my mighty gore, as they say, nice and sturdy.
Okay. And are you reactivating your rider ability?
No, I'll leave that out for this round.
Okay.
Because I'm running out of rounds. I've only got one left.
Yeah, only one left for the day.
Yep. So we'll attack with gore for the first one.
Okay. So just roll the gore attack, because I get the feeling that Firstlos might beat the female in this one attack anyway. So just
So
roll
the
for that.
D20?
Yeah, D20.
D20 says 12.
Okay. And the attack and the bonus. Oh, sorry. Let me get it up. Oh, gore's +5. Sorry.
Okay.
17.
Alright, so 17 does indeed hit, so roll damage.
That is a 7 plus 3, 11.
7 plus 3 is 10.
Yeah, 7 plus 2 is 10.
Jesus. What's happened to me?
That's okay. Alright, so with that, with that stab, the female, completely faints, so the female's now unconscious.
Yay! I killed a female!
Yes!
Okay, so then you can still attack. You can still use the trunk slam to attack the male, and then you can also attack the male with your bow.
So am I out of the proximity of the large ape then, since I've gone to gore the small female ape?
You guys are all in a ball right now, so everybody's in melee range of everybody right now. It's really like close quarters, like really intense fighting. So you're not disengaging, and you can attack everybody basically.
Yeah, let's just trunk slam the ape, the large ape.
So d20 plus whatever bonus that is.
17 plus 5 is 22.
Okay, so that hits. Now roll damage.
1d6 plus 3, please.
3 plus 3, 6.
Okay, so you deal 6 damage to the male. And then bow?
Yep, we'll do the bow. So the bow has a +4 attack damage, I know that. I'm gonna get a low one for this one.
8 plus 4 is 12.
I think that'll
Okay. So let's see, 12 to hit. Okay, so you fire the bow, and the arrow just bounces off the thick hide of the large ape. So no damage. Alright, so now it is the lizard person's turn. So jeez, they're rolling well. Okay, so they hit with their large boomerang. It's 11 damage. And then does the boomerang return? Oh, that's not good. So the boomerang... Oh, that was on the right die. Oops. Well, it's not going to matter anyway. Nope, it's not. Okay. So this time the boomerang hits the large ape, and because of the trajectory, the boomerang flies off to the side of the battlefield. Doesn't return back to the guy. Okay,
He's
so...
useless now?
I'm sorry?
He's useless now?
Can I see myself?
He's useless now?
Potentially. But potentially not. Let's see, so that is... Okay. Alright, so now it is the large ape's turn. The large ape scoops up the unconscious female and starts to run away. Anybody who is in melee range and wants to take an attack of opportunity against the male or the female may do so.
Well, you said the female fainted though.
Yeah, the female's unconscious, so the male picks up the unconscious female and starts to run away.
No, I wanted to loot the body.
Well, then you might kill them or chase after them or something.
I don't think you will kill them. You could try, and then I'll attack as well because we get a free attack.
Can I use a perception check to see if the female has any bulging pockets?
Yes, roll perception.
So I have a perception of... Where's my perception? Perception is +8 added to my roll of 3.
Okay, so alright, so then roll a... So you said 8 plus 3?
11, yep.
Okay, so with an 11, you try to look and see if she has any pockets, but she's getting tossed around a little bit too much, and there's too many people in the way, and you're not able to see if she has any pockets.
Well, in that case, no, I better just let him go because I don't want to die. I have a little tiny body.
Well, okay, you aren't in melee range, but Baleen is. So if you want Baleen to do a free attack, you can do that.
Nah.
Okay.
Wait. You don't want to attack the apes?
The male ape picked up the female and is running away.
Could we, attack the female and kill it?
You can give it a go. I'm not going to.
You can, yeah, if you want to attack the female while they're running away.
Yeah, I feel like no mercy is the righteous way.
Okay.
I will use my tail attack and try and trip over the male. I'll aim for his ankles.
That's
Okay.
smart.
So what you'll do is you will roll a d20 and you'll add your CMB to try to trip the male.
CMB is total 14.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, so it says plus 14.
Oh, no, that's CMD. I can't read.
Yeah, it's okay. So your CMB, it'll be a plus something.
That's a plus 4.
Okay, so you roll a d20 plus that, trying to beat the CMD of the male ape.
It's an 8. Plus 4 is 12.
Okay, so that is not high enough, but so you try to, so Baleen tries to trip the big ape, but the big ape has pretty sturdy footing and is able to not get tripped.
He
so
snapped his ankle.
Yeah, exactly. And then James, what do you want to do?
So Hugh is enraged at the death of his beloved bear and decides to go all in to attack the large male in the knee with his two-handed spear.
Okay, so then roll to attack.
His d20 says 7.
Okay, what's the bonus?
For strength.
It's your spear. It'll say your two-handed spear. It'll say the attack bonus.
Plus 3.
Okay, so that's
It's a 7 plus 3, 10.
10. Okay, so yeah, so you try to stab at the big ape, but its hide is pretty thick, and you don't actually end up penetrating the skin of the ape, and so it takes no damage. Tom, are you going to take your attack of opportunity?
So what's the current state of the large ape at the moment?
So the large ape picked up the female ape's body and started running away. So you're all getting a free attack of opportunity if you want it. So you and Furchlos can get one free attack of opportunity if you want.
What in terms of how injured is he at the moment?
He looks a little bit injured, but yeah, he looks a little injured, but not like ready to go down yet.
Let's do a gore. I reckon. Let's do a gore for that one.
So d20 for that.
20.
Oh, roll again.
Cool.
Roll again says 4.
Okay, so nothing special happens. But you do double damage. So the damage is d8 plus 3. Is that right?
Yes. Sorry, I'm just getting back up.
D8 says 3.
Plus 3 is 6, so that does 12 damage. Okay. So that's quite good. And then if you want to shoot your bow, you can do that.
Let's shoot the mighty bow. It's not going to be a good number for the d20.
D20 is 2.
Yeah. That's right.
All right, and then your bonus...
do I just not even, like, it doesn't even fly? It just, like, lands straight on the ground?
No, like, you would shoot it, it just would bounce off of its hide, and it wouldn't do anything. Okay, so yeah, so you all take your attacks of opportunity. So it now moves its, as far as it can move, which is, it moves 12 meters away. So now we are back to Julian.
But it's carrying something, so does that affect its movement?
Yeah, 12 meters is as far as it can go while it's carrying something. Well, okay, while it took an action to pick up the female, and then it took its movement action to move that far. Now that it's already picked up the female, the next turn it can start to run. It just had to walk away as the first turn. D&D logic is a little confusing. They kind of have to make it very sequentially stepped to make it balanced. Because if you could just sprint away from a battle when you got injured, like, you'd basically, if you're hunting an animal, it would always get away. Because you'd never be able to stop it if it wasn't balanced this way.
I'm gonna let him go.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't want to fight him anymore. Bye. See ya.
Bitch.
I would actually like to find Obama the Lizard Man's boomerang and give it back to him.
Okay. So you go and find that. You find it pretty easily, so you pick it up. It's quite a lot heavier than you were expecting it to, but you are able to pick it up and bring it back to them. So that's what you'll do. Does Baleen do anything?
Is there any water around?
Not that you can see, no.
She is thirsty. Then no. She
Okay.
can. Oh, she can mourn Winnie the Pooh hole.
Okay, she starts crying.
Yeah.
All right, and then James, what's your turn?
Can you just remind me how far away the ape is?
The ape is 12 meters away, so you could walk over to the ape and stab them if you wanted.
I would like to engage in ranged combat and hit the female.
You don't have your ranged weapon anymore. You threw your dildo.
Can I not pick it up?
Well, you'd have to spend an action picking it up. So you could spend your movement action picking it up, and then you could attack by throwing it. Or you could spend your attack action by picking it up, and then you could move. But you'd have to do one or the other.
Why not just melee?
So I'll move to pick it up, and then I'll throw it. How about that?
So you use your movement to pick it up, and then you use your attack to throw. So go for that attack.
The D20 says 8.
The dildo has a +3 attack bonus, so that will become 11.
Okay. So you throw the dildo at it, it just harmlessly bounces off of its back and does no damage.
Bullshit.
Okay, and then Tom, your turn. So you can also, I think Bearchelor can
The
move.
bow and arrow would have the range, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the bow easily. I'm just trying to see if Bearchelor can walk up to be able to melee them. I'm not sure.
I'll mourn for Winnie the Pooh hole, I reckon.
Okay, so you're not going to shoot?
No, I'm happy.
Okay. And you're not going to try to attack with Bearchelor?
No.
Okay. Alright, so then, let's see. We get back to, get back to the lizard guy. He takes the boomerang back from Julian and says, in kind of a little bit higher, I guess the same pitch that my voice has, but much more raspy, says, thank you very much for bringing this back to me. I appreciate it very much. And that's their turn. And then the ape will start running. So they can't sprint, but they jog. So they jog away, and they are now 12 times 3 is 36, I think. Is that right? Yes. So now they are 36 meters away. Does anyone else want to continue combat?
No, I'm happy.
No.
Nah.
Nick? Okay. So nobody continues combat. Combat is now over. So, James, do you remember one of the several Christmas presents that I got you as Secret Santa?
Well, I did remember that there was one of those one-time bonuses in D&D.
Yes. So, I'm going to give... So, what this is a completely unreasonable request of the DM. So, you could wish for Winnie to come back to life, and that would be an unreasonable thing to ask of me. However, if you really wanted, you could ask for something more extreme.
Oh no.
So, I'm gonna let you use your imagination for a few moments, figure out what you want to do, and if you want to use that to bring Winnie back to life in some way, you can do that.
Might I just clarify, is if a character dies, do they ever have the opportunity to be resurrected? Or is we're not playing those rules?
No, so there are chances. I'm just gonna say, right now at the point you're at in the campaign, there's no chance you'd be able to resurrect Winnie in the world. That's why I'm letting you know about this. So
Right.
if you had an opportunity to find either a druid who specializes in soul fauna and is high enough level, they could bring Winnie back to life. And there's potentially some other kind of magical things you could do to bring Winnie back to life, but I'm just going to say right now you don't have the capability to do that.
And when it comes to unreasonable requests, could I affect my stats in any way?
Yeah, it's an unreasonable request.
Like, let's say, level up to 90.
Well, okay, there is a level cap, first off. And that's a little too unreasonable. There's a little bit of a realm of how reasonable this request can be. Like, if it's not game breaking, then I will allow it. But if it's game breaking, then I'm probably not going to do that.
Right. So it is supposedly within reason.
You should perform a ritual where you eat Winnie's corpse and absorb her stats.
I love it.
Sorry?
Perform a ritual where you consume the corpse of Winnie and absorb her essence and stats into your characters.
Oh, and then you poop them out, and then it's just like an egg,
Okay.
and then reborn.
Yeah, can you birth Winnie after a long period of time carrying him in your uterus?
But he's not female. He doesn't have a uterus.
I think
He does now.
But that's 2 wishes.
I think
It's one mega wish.
Maybe he doesn't carry him.
I think we need the D&D master's opinion on
Can
this.
Maybe
Can I
he carries
suggest
him within his butthole.
this is a very good idea. So basically, I don't want to lose Winnie because I want to have my cake and eat it too. I want to absorb all of Winnie's stats, and I would also like to be impregnated with the soul of Winnie, such that one day, in 9 days, I will, defecate a reincarnation of Winnie the Pooh hole.
Will Winnie the Pooh hole be the same as their current state right now, or do you want will it be like someone slightly different to Winnie the Pooh hole?
Essentially, the one that's reincarnated will be of the same level as I am after incorporating the changes.
Okay.
OP.
So I will say yes, with one slight modification. That the ability points that you gain, you only gain the modifiers that Winnie's stats have, as opposed to gaining the actual ability score, because if you gain the ability score, it would essentially give you like an extra 5 in all of your ability modifiers, and then you would completely break the game.
So what would those be? Basically, I would like to permanently absorb those ability modifiers and temporarily absorb Winnie's special abilities and attacks as well. Does that make sense? So I can claw and bite at people and roar like a bear.
So, and it's only temporarily until you lay Winnie?
Yeah, and then I'll go back to being, so basically the canon is I have dual souls.
Yeah, okay, I'm good with that. Okay,
and
so
they're
what...
all integrated into the one body.
Yeah, sure. So the additions you would get a +2 in strength, a +3 in dexterity, a +3 in constitution, a -1 in intelligence, a +2 in wisdom, and a -1 in charisma.
Why?
Because those are Winnie's ability modifiers.
So Winnie just became dumber.
Well, Hugh became dumber. Winnie would stay the same intelligence and charisma.
Winnie stays dead.
Okay, and let us consider what will happen if after I'm level 9 or something, or whatever level I might be, after a few events occur and I do defecate Winnie out, what will happen to my stats or my abilities? Well, I guess I'd lose the ability to claw, the ability to bite. I would lose the personality traits associated with Winnie.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Right? But I
Yes.
would regain the bonuses I would normally have from being a rider.
Yes, so you wouldn't have any of your rider bonuses while you don't have Winnie, but then once Winnie hatches, you would have that back.
I see. And Winnie's stats will be as if they had never changed, but where would match the level at which I was at the very time of reincarnating Winnie.
Yes.
Got me?
Is that good?
What do you guys think? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I will be a little bit OP, but I don't have a rider, so I'm only going to be attacking.
What about Winnie's like acrobatics +6? Are we counting that in an ability modifier?
No, it's just the strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma modifiers. Those are the only things that are going to change.
If I'm honest,
and then does that change Hugh's big skill table?
So yeah, so those extra ability modifiers, under all the ability modifier things, that will change all of those skills.
Okay, understood.
Can I clarify?
And just really fast, the grappling will carry over for the 9 days.
Considering this is basically a synthesis of me and the bear, I guess it makes sense that I would reduce in intelligence and charisma.
Mm-hmm.
But how much of an advantage would this really be to me?
Well, so charisma is your highest stat. So this would be a negative in your charisma. And intelligence is your second highest stat, so it would also be a negative in that. But it would still mean that your charisma is it has a +2 and your intelligence is a +1. Your wisdom would go from a -1 to a +1. Your constitution would go from +1 to +4. Your your dexterity would go from a +1 to a +4, and your strength would go from a +1 to a +3. So your physical stats are all going to improve a lot.
Just intelligence.
Pretty good.
Just intelligence. Goes down by 1.
So it just becomes dumber, but still stronger, but dumber.
But you're still not that dumb though. Like your charisma being a +2 is, I think, is the highest in the party.
Is it still possible for me to work on my charisma, because that basically is the identity of Homo sapiens?
Yeah, as you level up, as you level up, you'll gain more points to put into your ability scores.
Right. And I would redefine, like, I think it would make me a jack of all trades, but not necessarily master of one. But I will take these changes, as I believe these would improve my overall versatility.
Okay.
He will become hairy. He will become hairy like a bear.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I am. I will allow that, because I am a fully waxed, fully hairless porn star, and now I will have grown quite the bush downstairs, and also along my chest and back.
And it makes sense because bear is a term for large, hairy gay men anyway.
True, and I would also have a little bit of a personality change. I'll go from being more along the lines of the young, fit, gay character to the older, more assertive, older homosexual with the hairy aggression that is needed to dominate the younger, less experienced men.
Indeed.
Do you want me to go through all these tables and change it, so you can keep going?
If you'd like to, yeah, that would be nice.
I think Dungeon Master, you ought to do it, as I feel like we don't know the tables quite as intimately as you do.
It's very easy.
I mean, yeah, like, it's just, you just look at what the ability modifier is and what that applies to. I trust you, Nick. I can also go back and check it again, and even if you made a mistake, it saves me a lot of time, so that would be appreciated.
Okay.
You guys have to perform the ritual to consume the body of Winnie the Pooh bear.
Winnie the Pooh hole.
No.
Hole.
Let me clarify how this ritual will occur.
Okay, go for it.
I approach the body of Winnie the Pooh hole quite penitently, looking down with sadness upon my fallen friend.
Roll perception.
And
roll perception.
Okay.
D20 rolls a 5.
Your bonus to perception, I can just tell you, is -1, so you get a 4. You look down on Winnie's body with sadness, and you see that Winnie is dabbing, and you shed a single tear.
I suppose at that moment, I feel a sudden rush of power. I jolt back up, and I realized that Winnie had been incorporated into me. And I felt altogether rejuvenated, powerful. My health points had returned to full. I felt better than I ever had, more agile, more acrobatic, stronger, more confident. And I knew that I was now Homo Poo Hole.
You actually feel less confident because of charisma -1.
Yes.
You actually feel less confident because your charisma took a -1.
Okay, I for some reason I was apprehensive still at the situation, but I knew something was different, and I did not know how to proceed.
It's fair. Okay, so that happened. Yeah, good job. You guys survived that encounter. Well, mostly survived. It's gonna work out anyway. And James, you have used your unreasonable DM favor. So there you go.
I just like how much Chris really contributed to that battle.
Oh yeah.
Like he was like sort of being on the sideline, just cheering us on like a cheerleader.
Yeah. All right. So you guys did that, and so now that battle's over, the lizard person then looks after they thank Julian for giving their boomerang back, they say were all of you sent by that dragon fighting group?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I'm supposed to be your guide. So I'll be traveling with you to help you get to the various locations that we're going to.
Nice.
So my name is Garrow. I was experimented on by the dragons, and so myself and my animal companion are now one person. So that's why I look the way that I am.
What? That's interesting.
Wasn't the reaction I was expecting from you, James, honestly. So are we able to do that? I want to do that.
It's not the most comfortable thing, I'll be honest. I don't think you want to.
Anyway, please proceed.
It's not the most comfortable thing, I'll be honest, but I suppose if you wanted to look into that, we have been tasked to kill the dragon who's actually responsible for doing this to us. So, yeah, I guess you can probably look into it while we're there. But yeah, so we have 3 places that you guys are going to. One is the mission that our leaders told us to go to. Also I should mention, for once, all my stuttering and ums and everything is actually in character. I'm not good at talking in general, but this character also isn't, so it's actually correct.
Excellent. This gets juicy. I like it.
We have 3 places to go to. One is in the northern area of the continent, and that's where our mission is. The other one is in the central area of the continent. That is where Hugh will talk to Mendeltein's elders to learn more about what's going on with him. And then, what the fuck are you doing, James? Interrupting me in my monologue. How dare.
James! Sit your ass back down!
And then the last place is the place that Julian wanted to talk to the Master Airbender, or Master Windbenders.
Yeah.
So, and that's at the south end of the continent. Is there any particular order that you wanted to do these in?
Where's everyone else thinking? I'm thinking let's do northern area. Let's do the mission. We can find out what happened to James' screwed up brain later. So we can. Let's go Northern. I'm keen for Northern. Let's do it.
How do we actually level up?
Yeah, I feel we're too big as well.
Once I feel like you guys have done enough, then I'll have you guys level up.
Okay. Do you get experience on killing things?
Yeah, technically yes. I don't keep track of XP as a number per se. I just kind of remember your experiences, and when I feel like you've gained enough experience, then I'll say that you leveled up. I'm pretty informal with that.
You don't have to kill things per se. You could actually like spare people.
Yeah, gaining experience in any regard that kind of helps you grow as a person in any way, I count as experience.
Oh, that's pretty holistic.
Yeah.
But just kill things, guys. Just kill.
So yeah. Does anyone else have any opinions on where you guys want to go? Do you want to go do the mission first, or do you want to do other stuff?
Let's go north. Let's go Northern, I reckon. Who's with me? Or are you?
I'm with Tom.
Yay!
I have now grown a little softer towards my comrades, and I feel like we could be a good gang.
Softer.
All right. Well then, yeah, that sounds good. So we'll head off, and I'll lead the way. So yeah. Oh, and just so you know, because I guess because when I got combined, I was male before, and my familiar was female, so we're now somewhere in the middle. So they, just so you know.
Hermaphrodite.
Yes.
To which Huge Ass Deck says that's hot.
Thanks. They seem very uncomfortable and not sure how to take that, and they start walking quickly.
Alright, there goes the mission.
Do you guys all follow?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So you guys walk for maybe about a week or so, and eventually you get to a large waterway. And Garrow, do you guys want to ask Garrow anything while you guys are walking?
How long have you been enslaved by the dragons for? Experimented on the dragon.
Well, I got captured maybe a few seasons ago, and then I've been fused like this for about a season.
Why did they fuse you?
Well, the dragons are trying to make more complacent humanoids, and because dragons are reptilian, having reptilian humanoids is much easier to, connect to and talk to and control and such, so they've been doing experiments. This particular dragon, at this base, has been, trying to combine humanoids and their reptilian companions, and so I was chose because my companion was a plate-backed lizard. So, yeah.
What do the dragons want? I don't understand. Why can't they just leave everybody alone?
Well, I don't know all of the details behind it, but the dragons, well, for a really long time, the dragons were kind of the only creatures that, had a firm grasp of variety of magic. There are some monsters that can perform magic too, but they're not really as intimidating as the dragons or coordinated. But when it was discovered that we could use druidic magic, that the humanoids could use druidic magic, it suddenly changed, and the dragons started to become a little bit nervous about humanoids being able to use magic. It also didn't help because, humans learned how to use element bending, and that mimics magic in a lot of ways, and they tend to see that as kind of a disgusting abuse of nature.
Perversion.
So, I'm sorry?
It's a perversion.
Yeah, that would be a word for it. But you know, they're not really correct in that. It's just because they don't really understand how bending works. But, you know, it's I guess I can see why it would be confusing because it mimics a lot of what they do. So they're not happy with humanoids in general. So they're trying to figure out how to, you know, make sure that we don't become too powerful. But that's where we're fighting back, right? Because, you know, there's no point in us getting fused with our companions or tortured or killed by them, so we might as well do something about it.
We can't let them persecute us any longer.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we're doing this.
They're such an exclusive group, you know?
Oh! No! You can't! No! Don't! No!
Oh, why did you say something? You should have just let it ride.
No, because then I would have gotten banned on YouTube! Thank you for telling me, Jesus!
Honestly,
you shouldn't have said everything you said!
Yeah, nice work for ruining Trevor's life.
No, don't do that, please. Especially don't make jokes that I might not understand. Anyway, any other things we want to say to Caro? That's not that.
Ooh.
Well, I support you. I really do. And I want to help you as much as I can to declare war unto these dragons.
Okay.
No, but wouldn't it be kind of hot though to have dragon masters?
Oh yeah, did Winnie the Pooh hole get lodged? Lodged out of the butthole now?
No, it's only.
It's been a week. Sorry, a week. Oh,
yeah. Soon, but not yet. Okay. Well, if you guys have any other questions about it, you can ask later. You can, if you want to text me, I can text back that as well. Or if you want to ask it at a different session. So you guys eventually get to this big open waterway, and Garo says, just one moment, I need to get the boat person to take us across. Then we can get to our mission. So he goes to the water and says, boat person, can you take us across the water? And
Mum said to always run away from a stranger when they offer the service, so
we're getting help from the boat people. Do they have a race, or are they just called the boat people?
Well, this particular boat person is a Marin. But yeah, I guess there's other people who have boats who are not Marins, but this particular boat person is a Marin.
what about Tony Abbott's 9-point plan to stop the boat?
What?
That's good.
Never mind.
Okay. Anyway, so he says that, and then a mysterious figure appears. Chris, introduce your character.
Hey guys, what's up? Sharon here.
Good intro.
Okay, what do you look like? Describe your companion, all that stuff.
My companion is
No, Chris, stop! No! You guys don't understand how YouTube works! Stop making me... Okay, give a description that I don't blur, because if you just give me something I can't blur, if that I have to blur the whole goddamn thing, then you're not gonna get an introduction.
Looks wise is well, shit. Okay, I haven't actually thought about this that much. But,
Chris, I gave you like a week to think about it.
What a good first impression. Can we roll a perception check and see how
okay. You know those Italian gondola.
Read through this, or we need
you know those gondolas in Italy or Venice. There's the guys, you know, with the giant boats, and then they have like a pedal and they move the pedal.
Canoe.
Yeah.
No, they're gondoliers. Oh, so big. Canoe. So you're the gondolier.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you're Charon.
Caron.
Okay.
Like
I'm
Tyrone, but Caron, you know. Gotta keep it, gotta keep hit.
freaking
And,
Charon.
My companion is a giant lizard, like an iguana, from Revenge of the Sith that Obi-Wan rides. You don't ride the lizard, okay? The lizard pulls a banana boat that you guys sit on. Right? You guys know what a banana boat is? Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you, bro.
So,
At this point, I do a pirouette, and I say, bow, wow, wow, yippee yo, yippee yay.
Is that an acrobatics or something like that? I don't know
No,
what that is.
no, Hugh just does that and everyone looks at him like, what the fuck? And then they're like, anyway.
we have to do our throwing, a will save throw after seeing that.
Wait, what are we doing a will save for?
Watching Hugh do that dance.
If anyone wants to, they can, but you don't have to.
You can trust it.
No, but I want Winnie the Pooh hole to break dance, but Winnie the Pooh hole's not regenerated yet. So...
Yeah, not yet.
But
Okay,
how-
so Garrow says, all right, thank you, boatman, Chiron. All right, let's get on and go, guys. You get on the boat.
Wait, does currency exist in this world?
No. You can,
Oh.
okay, if you have a service, then you can ask them to trade something to you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
My character is built around the bow and arrow, but I forgot to bring a bow.
No, I gave you a bow.
I do have a bow.
Yeah, you have a bow.
Oh my! All this time I could have been shooting with a bow.
That's true, you could've.
So it's just called a spear.
What's your name? I forgot
Hey.
already.
You got me?
Hey,
Tyrone.
what up? Charon here.
Tyrone.
Also-
Charon.
Also,
Tyrone.
what's your gender, Chris? I don't think we established that.
Hey man, some things just wanna ask, right?
What?
If you don't want to know the answer, you don't ask the questions. Yeah.
Okay, then we'll refer to you as gender neutral.
Wait.
So, Tyrone, what's it going
Charon.
to take to go down one of these boats?
You know what? I haven't had customers lately, and think it's I'll do it for the exposure. You gotta give me a like, share, and subscribe on the what time period is this?
It's 100,000 years ago.
Right, I guess we're using Friendster still then. Give me a like, share, and subscribe on Friendster or MySpace, you know? And yeah, I'll give you a right across. No questions asked, you know? Don't ask, don't tell.
Everyone except Hugh is extremely confused and doesn't know what's happening.
They say
Alright,
gotta-
well,
gotta
Julian
spread the good
decided.
word.
Sorry.
Charon says, just spread the good word, brother. Spread the good word.
I didn't realize Mr. Dino
And
was
then-
on the call.
I go up to Tyrone, and I do the manly handshake that they do in the Arnold Schwarzenegger meme.
Oh yeah, that one.
You know, the really
Yeah.
muscular arm.
Stop tensing, Tim. We know
Let's do
you're.
it.
Okay.
Charon is unfortunately very skinny because the lizard, his name is Midisaurus, does all the heavy lifting.
I hate that so much. I can't believe you just called it that.
Wait, what?
Minisaurus.
Is this an
Yeah,
inappropriate
Midisaurus.
thing that I don't know either? Because please stop doing
Fine.
that.
No,
It's
no,
named
no.
after midi-chlorians.
No. Midisaurus is the computer program for music, right? Do you guys ever use it like MIDI-SAURUS? No?
Okay, I haven't heard of it, but I'll believe you.
Now, Hugh is suddenly very interested. He just realized,
I'm from all over the place, man. Home ain't where you are, it's where your heart is, you know.
I'm from California. You ever been there, mate?
California.
Hey, is that Florida?
Los Angeles, actually.
Is that where they shot Californication?
Huh?
The TV series, Californication. What's a TV? Don't ask, don't tell.
I've not seen it before, but I would love to give it a go. I've been in such classics as I don't really want to swear, but I think it was called the Fuckstones, was it? Oh, and Demolition Daddy. That was one of my greatest all-time hits.
What's a demolition?
The Demolition Yo's where you basically bring their house to the floor, pass down to the ground. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, sounds like pretty good music, right?
Hell yeah!
But the rule on my boat is I choose a song, so you guys just gotta follow that rule and we'll be okay.
Let's go. Whatever your name is.
I would.
Julian.
So Julian would like to bound. I would think. I just bound over my nimble little body into the boat, and I'd like to lie on my back on
Okay.
the floor of the boat.
It's not a boat, it's a banana boat. It's a float.
Ooh, on the float.
It's
Excellent.
You guys wait, you guys know what banana boats are?
Well, Firtless is not going to fit on the boat.
You mean
He's
like-
too big.
Banana boat, the sunscreen company.
No.
It's really big, so Furchless can be on it.
I
I
felt
want the
um,
aqueduct. Why didn't you come in the aqueduct?
Oh, this thing, the inflatable thing
I love
that
that.
they pull around on a speedboat.
Yes. Can we get on that?
But we're getting pulled around by Minisaurus.
Oh, sweet.
Oh my
How's
god!
Firtless going to get on? He's going to go. This will be Firtless, and he'll be like,
Where's my swimming?
Yeah,
Can I
so-
swim?
I should also preface that it's not in because of the times it's not an inflatable thing. It's basically just a really big like tree that is just floating.
I'm getting pulled around by a dinosaur.
Yeah.
My
I've got like
swim-
floats. I've got like circular ring floats as well, you know, that you wear on your waist. But your pets can wear it around your necks, right? And they just float in the water.
do we get romantic music while we're voyaging? I want
No,
some
only
sort of-
only reggae.
Oh, no. Can I get off the boat now?
You get romantic reggae.
That's
I'm really bad at swimming. Can I have a life jacket for the 8-year-old?
That costs extra.
fine.
What kind of payment do you require?
We have no life jackets, so
Is it? Okay.
It's- we believe in evolution, right? So if you can't swim, that's
Just get on Firtless.
that's natural selection.
I'll let the 8-year-old jump on Firtless.
I want to jump on the boat first.
Get on Firtless. He'll be on the boat.
I can just ride the boat.
But you said you need a life jacket.
Well, if the boat sinks, then I'll get on virtually.
Hugh is getting impatient as he's already boarded the boat, sitting down, waiting for these idiots to get on.
No, Hugh was just trying to do a rap.
He was still rapping and like shaking his ass.
Can
and
I,
then
can
trying
I
to
get,
break dance as well. while
can I
he's
get Hugh to give it another go with the breakdown?
No.
Please.
No,
Okay.
it's my turn.
Sharon digs up coconuts, a couple of coconuts, and passes them to Julian. Says, "These float on water. Just hang on to them."
Excellent. Can I put them under my shirt just in case I fall in?
Do whatever you want. They
I
are,
put
they
the-
are
What
heavy
happens in the
coconuts.
video stays in the video.
I put the coconuts under my shirt and parade around the boat with them against my chest,
Oh, some boobies.
just in case I fall in the water.
So they're boobies.
Okay. Sounds good.
Does Africa have coconuts?
No.
Uh,
They do now.
I'm sure that you could. Well, okay. The boat person definitely has coconuts because the boat person is a special snowflake.
He's from Florida.
Yeah.
who enjoys romantic reggae.
Okay, so you guys all get on the boat in some way or another, and you guys head off. And so as you guys are going, Garrow looks to all of you because you're all single file. So I don't know, Garrow's probably in the back. So Garrow says, "All right, so just so everybody knows, we're gonna go up to this place, and it's pretty heavily protected by Draken and everything. So unless you guys think that you're really, really good fighters, I get the feeling we probably won't be able to just take it by force. But since I was there for a while, I do know some back ways that we can kind of get in and try to sneak in. Our goal here is to kill the dragon who's making all of these hybrid humanoid and animal creatures. But she's actually a pretty young dragon, and so I think we have a decent chance of being able to kill her. Does that seem good to you, or did you want to try to just storm in?
I do not want to storm in. I have like 5 HP.
Do you? When did you get hit?
I don't know. No, I'm just really small. Hold on. What's my HP?
You don't have 5. You have more than 5.
I have 6.
In
That's
response,
more than 5.
in response to Julian, Hugh does a handstand and says, "I don't want to go in either. Let's do the stealth thing."
I would rather go in stealth, but not with James. He's gonna draw too much attention on his handstand.
Well, we could just send some people in. We don't have to all go in.
All right, send James in on his own and see if he can get through unscathed, and then we'll know anything's possible.
Well, I would suggest that whoever is best at stealth would go in.
So not you. You're the one handstand.
I don't want to go in on my own.
You can take Bearchelor.
He's a mammoth. He's not stealthy.
Yeah.
But small people are stealthier, right?
Yeah.
They
Go
can sneak
in,
inside the different crevices and like tunnels.
If you're
Come
uncomfortable
on,
doing that, I
You
could
guys-
try to sneak
Huh?
in. I'm not the sneakiest, but I could try.
Well, Bearchelor can't come in because he's too big.
That's true.
Even though it's not the size of the animal, it's how you use it. He's still probably a bit too big for this situation.
Yeah.
I'll go in with the little boy so he doesn't feel lonely, and I'll tell Bearchelor to stay put.
Okay. Then that seems like a good plan. If you guys could just scout out the area and identify maybe a good way that we can take out the dragon, then that'll be good. So I'll go with you for most of the way and just show you where you need to go, and then when it gets to the like sneaky part, then you guys can do that. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. So it takes you about 2 days to get there. So you get across, and it takes about another day to walk there. And as you guys are arriving to the area, Hugh lays their egg. So
Hey!
the egg comes out and is very small. It's like the size of a, I don't know, maybe like that big.
A baseball.
Yes, that is a
That's
good size.
small. That's small.
Mm-hmm. And then the egg hatches, and it is a tiny, tiny little bear, like a bear that's like you could fit in the palm of your hand.
Like a baby panda.
Like a Care Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, bear. There you go. I don't mind that. Yeah, bear. Yeah, bear.
Do you say anything to your newly hatched Winnie?
Who's a good boy?
When he looks at you and thinks enthusiastically, I am.
Wait, he
Wait.
talks?
He talks.
You guys can telepathically communicate a little bit.
What?
Beautiful.
The riders have special connections to their animal companions, so they can telepathically communicate more than the
I
average
look
companion.
toward Winnie with love and affection. And
Okay.
it says, one day you will become like you were. You will grow back into the size that you were before.
At that, the power of love turns Winnie back into Winnie's previous size, and Winnie promptly crushes you.
Oh, jeez.
Are you all still on the boat?
No, you guys have gotten back to life. So 2 days to get there and then walking. Also,
Um,
boat person, do you want to go with them?
Sure. Who knows?
Okay.
Who knows when?
Who's gonna watch
I'll
the
get my next
boat?
cousin. But no, the Meteosaurus pulls the boat along.
Where are you? Are you on the boat?
No, I'm walking beside Meteosaurus.
But you said you were
Meteosaurus-
driving the boat. So how can you be walking along with your companion?
You're on
if you're
land
the boat?
now, you
No,
idiot.
yeah.
How was I meant to know that?
Yeah, okay, so you guys are on land now, and Chiron is bringing the boat with you guys. It's quite conspicuous.
It's I put like banana leaves on top, so it's like camouflage.
Yes, the giant yellow log is
No,
camouflaged by the
green.
leaves.
Yeah, it's green leaves. You know, no one's gonna suspect anything. Oh, that's just a plant, a tree. You know, it's a tree rolling by. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, alright. Alright, so you guys get to so you guys get to the outer edge of the area. It seems like there's just some kind of like hide tents that have been kind of set up. And there do seem to be a number of smaller cages with some humanoids that seem, some are already hybrids, some of them are just like normal humanoids with a reptilian companion. Either they're snakes or they're lizards or they're dinosaurs or something like that. So you have a pretty good vantage point over the camp. You can see that there's probably a few dozen Draken soldiers walking around, and you can see that there's like one big tent, and Garrow points to that tent and says, that's the tent where the experiments are done, and that's where the dragon will be. When I was escaping along with some others, we dug a tunnel to that tent, so I can take you guys through that tunnel to the tent.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay, so then it was Julian and Noodlet who were gonna go, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
So you guys so Garrow takes you to an opening in the ground that is, it's probably like a meter across, so it's not that big, and it's a bit of a tight fit, especially for Noodlet. But you guys are able to fit in, and you start crawling.
Wait,
Well,
what? No, Fertilus is staying behind.
yeah, you're a Neanderthal, so you're really bulky, and
Oh,
so you have really broad shoulders, so it's a bit of a tight fit for you fitting in there.
oh, sharks.
But you get in there fine, like it's not that big of a problem.
It's all the lengths.
That's a perfect picture, Chris. Thank you.
Check the chat, guys.
I love him.
Hmm.
Oh, baby.
What a good boy.
That. Okay.
That was a surprisingly good sound, actually. I'm impressed. All right, so you guys crawl through the tunnel. It takes a long time because the tunnel is very long. But eventually you get to the end of the tunnel where it's a little bit bigger of an opening, and you all gather in there. And Garrow says, "All right, if you go through the tunnel just a little ways further, you'll come up into the tent area. It should be hidden behind some furniture when you go, or some like, not furniture, that's not the right word. It should be hidden behind some of the like things that they're working on. And so you should be able to get in there and be hidden. So good luck."
How do you know it's not a trap?
Well, I don't technically, so you should probably be careful. Oh wait, you're not there. You don't get to say that. Never mind. Ignore what I just said.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. So, you guys gonna go in?
I would like to search for immediate danger.
Well, you'll have to like, you're in the tunnel right now, and you don't see anything other than the three of you in the tunnel.
Oh. So can I freak the opening open? How exactly does the tunnel end?
So, well, if you're gonna go down there, so you would go down, and when you get there, there seems to be like a stone slab that's covering the entrance, and you just would push that up and peek out.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay. So then both of you roll a stealth check.
Oh no! Oh goodness!
Tom, I think, did you happen to add any points into your stealth? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember adding any. No.
I don't
Okay,
think
so then
did.
I think your stealth bonus is going to give you a +3. So I would just roll a d20 and then add 3 to your check.
Cool.
So Tom's D20 gets
Oh, why do I have to go first?
Well, we both have to roll well, or we both die.
Go.
20.
Yeah! It's me.
What, a 20?
Yes! Yep.
Okay, roll again.
10.
I'll take that. I'll take
Okay,
it.
cool. So nothing special happens, but you're perfectly silent. So then, Julian.
Yep. My stealth roll is a 5
It's not good.
with a +6 modifier, so 11.
Okay, so you guys sneak through the tunnel and you peek that opening out, and you can see that there is indeed a big slab of rock kind of right in front of them, and you can kind of see shadows moving behind it, so you know that it's like a barrier essentially with presumably Draken and a dragon behind it. Are you going to crawl out of the tunnel and like look around in there?
What do you want to do?
That sounds very dangerous.
Well,
Alright,
at the
but
moment
Mr.
you
Risk Adverse here.
Hmm?
I'm gonna be risk adverse too. I'm gonna just be like, nah, I'm good.
Okay. So so Julian's gonna stay in the tunnel, and Noodlet's gonna peek out.
Yes, that's right.
Will have we lifted the lid and had a peek outside yet?
Yes, you lift it up, and all you could see is a stone like thing that you're presuming they're doing work on. But it's blocking basically all of your view, so you can't see anything other than shadows
Oh.
moving along the walls behind you.
Wait, who's the Brachiosaurus?
The Brachiosaurus is Baleen.
Oh, Berlin did not go.
Baleen didn't. Baleen stayed
Oh.
with everyone
I've
else.
been periscope, just pop out and look around.
Baleen would not fit in the tunnel very well. Baleen's a little too tall.
So we're very stealthy, but we can't really see much from the tunnel. Do we need to hop out of the tunnel?
You'd need to hop out of the tunnel to be able to see anything.
Tom, what do you reckon? Should we hop out of the tunnel to have a look around? Because we can't really see anything. Like, it's a bit pointless to stop where we are. We may as well have not come.
Let's just head out, I reckon.
Out of the tunnel or back? What do you mean out?
Let's go back to where the yellow people are. Like where our comrades are.
What are we going to tell them?
There's absolutely nothing, and we're too scared. We're too pretty much.
I would like to stick my whole head out.
Oh goodness. Alright, well, I don't want to be the person who kills a child, so I'll do the same as what Nick's doing. Oh, what Nick's doing, yeah.
Okay, so you guys peek your heads out, like up to your shoulders, and like this, you can't see much, but you do see the tips of black wings kind of walking around, behind the stone thing. So you know the dragon's in there. This dragon is not that big though. It seems like, the wings at the very tip tops are maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 2.5 meters high. So they're not too big. It's not like Zomhus. Zomhus was much bigger.
Is there any other way we can get around this dragon? Can we? It's a female dragon.
That's what Garrow said. Yeah.
Can we butter her up in some way that we still glean more information, but we don't get dead?
That'll be a charisma roll, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it depends what you want to do.
Well, do we want to stealth around or do we want charisma?
Or do we want to run away?
Well,
Yeah,
running
version
away
as
would be
well.
stealth without attracting attention. We'd have to roll stealth, or we charm our way through and with charisma. So it's whichever one that we're more likely to get.
Have you got any other ideas? Do we have any other options?
What's this?
It's up to you two. You guys are the ones making the decision.
What's Noodlet's modifier for charisma? I think it's a negative. If
Yeah, I think you have a -1 or a -2.
Yeah, mine's shocking as well.
I reckon we stealth
Just
around.
stealth around. I
Yeah,
think,
stealth
yeah.
around. I think that's going to be too risky.
So we want to go up and stealth around, or we want to go back and stealth around?
Go around, up forward, like further in and stealth around.
Further in. We climb out of the tunnel.
Okay.
Yes.
So you climb fully out of the tunnel and you peek your heads just up over the stone thing and look around. So inside you can see that there are a bunch of liquid containers that have a bunch of weirdly colored liquids in them. Some of them seem to be smoking, which is very strange. And you can see that the dragon is looking at some of them and mixing some of them. Seems to be performing magic sometimes on some of the liquids. You can see that there are 2 Draken who are standing guard right at the entrance of the tent. And the tent, like, kind of flap is closed, so you can't see out of the tent from there. You can see that there seems to be 2 cages in there, one that has what appears to be a Neanderthal in it, and then next to that cage, or no, not a Neanderthal, it's a Marin, and then next to that Marin is what appears to be like a little snake that's striped like black and white. And that's
Can
what
they
you
see us?
So you peek over and it doesn't look like anybody's noticed you.
And the cage people can't see us either.
They don't seem to have noticed you either.
I would like to assess whether I can walk over to those cages without being seen.
So you could.
Who's in the cages? Actually, would be the better thing. Who's in the cages?
So there's a Marin in one, and there's a small black and white striped snake in the other.
Okay, so they've kidnapped. So do we want to rescue them?
Yeah?
Okay, let's rescue them. Let's stealth to the cage
Oh,
and try to rescue them.
we need to. Do I reasonably think that I can make it to the cage without getting caught?
So you can kind of like it in this room. There's kind of like 3 stone tables, and they're full stone like slabs, like the one you came up behind. And so you are behind one that, if you were looking from the entrance of the tent, you're on the left table. There's a table on the other side that's the right-hand table, and the cages are right next to that table. In the middle, there's another table, and that's where most of the like liquids are, and that's where the dragon is paying attention mostly. So you would have to either sneak in the open to the back of the dragon, but right in front of the 2 guards, or, which they would probably see you because they're looking in. Or you would sneak from table to table, and you would risk the guards potentially seeing you or the dragon potentially seeing you. And then you could sneak around to the cages. Why?
I'm sorry. It's just really funny.
It's fair, but anyway. So you could sneak around to the left table and then get behind that, and then you could look at the cages. You don't know if you could do anything from there.
James.
Sorry. Keep going.
So yeah, that's what I say. So you'd either have to take out the guards in some way, or distract them to sneak by them, and it would go behind the dragon, so the dragon probably wouldn't see you. And then you could get around the left table over there, or you'd have to jump between the gaps between the tables and hope that the dragon and the 2 guards don't see you when you jump between the gaps, but you would have more cover going that way.
So could we throw maybe a rock or something to divert their attention elsewhere and sneak around that way, or is there nothing to throw of? relevance to distract them and make them look in the other direction?
So you might have items that you could do that with. Inside it's pretty clean. Like there's some tiny little pebbles that you could throw, but you doubt they'd make enough noise for them to even pay attention to them.
Can't Julian element bend?
I mean, yeah, potentially you could use some kind of element bending to make a distraction.
You want to? Yeah, you're an element bender, aren't you? You can do that.
Apparently, I have in my possession a denticulate.
Yes, you do.
What's a denticulate?
So a denticulate is a bone sewing tool. So if you're going to make armor or clothing of any kind, you use this bone sewing needle to sew clothing.
Okay. So I will use my bending specialization to create another narrow but strong stream of air, the stream of wind from my mouth. I'm going to blow it perpendicular to where we are. So they're looking, I think I need a diagram of this room, but is there a direction that they can look that they're not looking at me or the cage?
Actually, I might be able to draw a diagram quickly if you want.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is what it looks like.
Yes.
Okay,
So hang on, what's the D?
So the D is the dragon. All the squares are the tables. The little circle is the entrance you guys came out of. The T is Tom. The N is Nick. The two G's are guards, and the big E circle is the entrance.
What's the O?
The O?
So,
That's the entrance. That's the hole that you guys came out of the tunnel.
Well, you can't really throw it anyway because there's not really anything.
well, we could sneak around the tables, get to the other side, and then cause a distraction near the hole.
Can
The problem
we
is-
fit under the tables and not be seen with?
The tables are solid stone all the way down. It's just like a big stone.
We can walk.
We can sneak around behind them.
You
The
can sneak
problem is
behind
when
the stones, yeah.
we get to the cages, what are we gonna do? Just stare at them?
Well, where are you going to put the dragon? Where are you going to make the dragon look without noticing?
Bottom right.
Oh, so you reckon throw it around first and then walk around and then through? But you need a key or something to open the gate without causing too much noise.
Yeah, that's the problem. We can't do anything.
Do we have any tools that we can use to break the lock or
I
something?
have a hand axe. That'll probably cause a loud noise.
That would be too loud. Unless you blew the leaf that distracted them so much that they didn't notice the chopped lock. Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to be creative here.
I don't think I have that. I can't do
Oh,
that.
and I forgot to say, on all of the tables there are the liquid containers are there with all the liquids.
Ah, I have an idea. I would like to sneakily reach up to the table, grab one or two depending on their size, and take them with me.
Okay, so I would say roll a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
Yes.
Well, my D20 gives me a 3. Uh-oh.
Oh, well, we're going to make it enough, Racket.
And my sleight of hand is a +6, so I get a 9.
What
Okay.
if we...
I've already done it. This is too late.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
How
well,
come
well-
you didn't come with me?
Once you make a decision to do something and you roll, you kind of have to keep going with it.
Wait, but that's what Nick's doing, though.
Yeah,
Nick's
you
doing-
can do whatever you want.
So can I roll a perception check about the cages and about how noisy or like how much attention those cages are drawing to said individuals, or if the dragons are looking that way, about how I reckon do something like that.
Yeah, so you don't have to roll perception for that. The guards are primarily watching the dragon and the prisoners in the cages. They're not
Okay.
really looking your direction all that often. Occasionally they glance over, but they're mostly looking to the opposite side where the cage
Are they making noise or anything, or are they just stone silent?
They're pretty. I mean, the snake's not making any noise at all. They're just curled up. The Marin shifts, does pretty normal, shifting human things. Like they might itch, scratch if they have it occasionally. Or they might shuffle around a little bit, but they're not making a lot of noise. So yeah. And then, so as for your sleight of hand. You reach over and you pick up one of the bottles and bring it over one of the containers and bring it over to your side. And then as you reach over for the other one, you accidentally bump into it and it falls over onto the ground on the opposite side of your table.
Yeah.
So you quickly pull your hand back, and the dragon boat, the guards look over at the spilled container, and you hear the dragon start to move over toward the table. Do you guys do anything at that?
So how close are they now to us?
The dragon's walking over to your table, so they would be on the other side of the table from you guys.
I probably want to move. Because if
Yeah,
they
we
look
need to
over,
move.
if they look over, they'll see us.
Can we get back in? Should we get back in the hole, or should we continue around to the prisoners?
I think we're just going to continue around if we're comfortable with trying to save them, and we're confident that we can save them and not take too much damage or too much health.
Alright.
You don't sound convinced.
I have max HP of 6.
Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to run away and go back in the hole?
Yeah. Well, you can stay outside and try and reach the prisoners, and I'll hide back in the hole.
Well, I'm not going to be able to take 2 of them on. I think that's just too difficult. Yeah, maybe go back in the hole because I won't be able to take both of them without Noodlet. Oh, yeah, Noodlet, sorry, yeah.
Can we make it back into the hole?
I mean, you can. The dragon's coming over, so if you make a lot of noise, the dragon will know that you guys went in there. But you do, and also you do have that glass of liquid, just so you know. So you did get the first one, but yeah. So if the dragon's coming over, if you guys could try to hide behind the table. If the dragon looked over the table, they would see you almost certainly. If the dragon doesn't look over the table, you might be able to just like press yourselves against the back of the table, and the dragon might not see you. But if you jump into the tunnel and you like try to seal it back up or something, and you make a lot of noise doing that, the dragon will see you and probably find out that the tunnel is there.
I reckon you're right. Tom, I think we should sneak around the tables, around the back of the tables towards the cages.
So you want to go back and save them?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go save them.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Okay, roll stealth
come on.
again.
Stealth again.
Okay, I only get one.
We're gonna draw too much noise.
Who's first?
You can go first.
9 plus 6 is 15 for me.
Okay. Give me something good.
13
That's all right.
plus. I don't remember what you
What
were.
was my?
I'm gonna say you have a 3 because I think that was your modifier.
16.
So 15 for me, 16 for Tom.
Okay. So you guys sneak past, and as the dragon is wandering over, the dragon is totally preoccupied looking at the spilt liquid on the ground, and so you guys easily sneak past the dragon. As you guys are going past, though, you notice that one of the guards kind of seems to snap their head in the direction you guys moved, but after you get to the middle table, the guard doesn't say anything. So if the guard saw you, they didn't say anything.
But just a question. What
Yeah.
if Nick rolled a 20 and Tom rolled a 1? How would that work out?
So in that case, it would be that like Nick would be able to hide successfully, and they wouldn't see Nick, but they would see Tom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom would stub his toe and yell out in agony.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are now successfully behind the middle table. It doesn't seem like they saw you. Oh, actually, I almost forgot. I should roll for the prisoners to see if they see you. They don't. Okay, the prisoners don't seem to see you either.
I reckon we should continue around to the third table.
Okay, so roll stealth again.
Stealth for me is a 13 plus 6, 19.
Oh no! What are we doing?
We're continuing.
Oh,
We were mildly successful.
oh cool.
So 19 for me.
That's not good. I can see the look in your face. Can I see it first? Is it a 1?
What is it?
It's a 1. It's
Okay,
a 1.
roll again.
18.
Oh,
Okay, so it's not too bad. So Julian easily jumps across the next gap to get behind the third table. But Noodlet gets up and trips and falls straight on his face, and making a loud noise, and the two guards and the dragon turn and look at you. So, yeah, what are you gonna do now? So, they have not seen you, Julian. They have seen Noodlet, though.
I will panic and run away like a little bitch.
So where are you running?
Outside.
No, I'll run back into the entrance hall and just make my way back.
Okay, so you're gonna run back through the entrance.
Yes.
Okay, so you
No,
run back
no,
to
no.
the entrance, you jump into the hole, do you pull the rock over as you go in?
Yes.
Okay, so you do that, they watch you, and they start to move toward you, but you get into the hole before they do. They are all on the other side of the room, completely focused on Noodlet. Do you want to do anything with this opportunity, Julian?
Yeah, go through him.
Yes.
I'm helping you.
I don't. Can I see a key for some reason?
So you look at the cage bars, and you can see that there doesn't seem to be any kind of like locking mechanism or anything that's holding it shut. In fact, if anything, it doesn't look like anything is holding the cages shut at all.
I'm concerned that they're electrocuted.
So as you were concerned about that, now the prisoners have noticed you, and they turn around and they grip the cage bars.
They clipped the cage bars.
They grip them. Like
They ripped the cage bars. I see.
Well, if it's
Well-
electrocuted, then that would be interesting.
I immediately put my hand up and say shh. No, I don't say shh. I just make the shushing gesture.
the Marin does that back to you.
Oh, thanks, Marin. Just very
Alright.
kind. I run over to the cage and I see if I try and quietly open the door.
You try and open it and it doesn't budge at all.
Bugger.
It's
Can
magic.
I grab another potion from the third table
Yeah, you do that?
and pour some of it on the cage bars?
Okay. You do that, you pour some on the cage bars, and nothing happens.
Bugger. I
The
make a
Marin starts
shrugging
to, the Marin starts pointing at the dragon.
I make a shrugging motion at the Marin because I don't know what that means.
The Marin then reaches out and gently grabs your shoulder and pulls you close, pulls your ear close to the bar cages, and he says, the dragon sealed it with magic. You're not able to open it until the dragon's dead.
Ooh. All right then.
So I ran away and blocked the rock, and what are you gonna do?
I'm about to die.
I screwed you regardless of what I did.
You guys are pretty.
I'm very fast, so I'm just gonna wing it for the door.
Okay. So you
I'm
bolt
like,
out. I'm sorry.
See ya, bitch.
Okay.
And
So
the
you
Marin
bolt.
just-
Okay. So you bolt out the door. You get out easily enough. They don't even seem to notice that you've left. And as you get out, you immediately see a courtyard full of Draken, and they all look at you.
Perhaps.
Can we end on some finale or something? It is just getting past 2 o'clock.
It is. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. Yes, I will end this in just a moment. So, what is your next action, Julian?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't want to be captured by the
Hang
dragon.
on. So, does he have an escape? Because obviously, when I was scaring the room, were there any exits apart from the tunnel I went back through?
I'm not in the room. I
You are.
bust out the front door. Now
Yeah.
I'm walking out the dragon.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I haven't seen that room, so I can't advise yet. Okay.
Yeah. So, what's your next action? You're outside now, and there's just a big area full of Draken.
Any exits nearby? Can I just make a break for it?
Yeah, you could certainly try to run through them to get away.
Right, they're properly everywhere, hey.
Yeah, it's you're in the middle of the camp right now.
Cool. You can run back into the tent.
What was that?
You could run back inside the tent.
I don't want to run back inside the tent. I could surrender. That sounds bad. I have bloody James coming to rescue me.
Why can't he go back into the room that he was in before?
He could if he wants to.
Why? Well, it's better than a courtyard full of them.
They'll just follow me in there.
Can he knock on the rock and know that I'm there? And
Do a perception check.
But the rock is inside. We were in a tent.
Yeah. A
You
rock.
went out the hole.
Yeah.
Closed this.
Yeah, with a rock.
And
You
then-
can move the rock.
I pissed off. I ran out the front door. I'm gone. The tent is not a thing anymore.
You should have just taken my advice and run with me.
I'm just gonna leg it. Let's go. Run.
Okay. So I'm going to have you roll a reflex save.
What do you mean a reflex save? That
So-
sounds fine.
So there's the thing called saving throws, and there's one called reflex, and I want you to just roll that.
Saving throws reflex. What does that do?
So they are all trying to grab you, and you're going to try to roll a reflex save to not get grabbed.
So that's there. So
Here we go.
I've got a +8
Oh,
on my reflex.
what does he need? Can you roll first and say what he needs and then make it?
That's cheating.
Yeah, you don't get to know what it is.
No.
I get to keep my secrets.
With my +8, I roll a 17.
Oh, you definitely.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So you are extremely nimble, and you even pair a little bit of wind bending to help you push your way through them a little bit easier. You escape and you start sprinting away. Very quickly, you realize you were much faster than all of them, and you have gotten away. So
Get who that's Papa.
to now end this on our cliffhanger, Noodlet jumps into the hole, seals the rock back in, and starts climbing down. You get back into the tunnel and to the kind of the open area. Garrow's waiting for you, and they say, "Oh, hey, how did it go?"
I made a bit too much noise and I ran the way I came and locked myself out. I don't know what happened to Julian.
Wait, did they see you come into the tunnel?
They drew their attention to Julian when he ran into the courtyard.
They interrupt you halfway through what you're saying, and they say, "We need to go now," and they start running you back down the tunnel. And you, as this is happening, you see you kind of look behind you as you hear something sizzling, and you see that there's just the whole tube is filling up with this green sizzling stuff, and it's flowing down the tube very quickly after the two of you. And Garrow says, "That's acid. We need to get out of here now."
Sounds
All
fine.
right, see you,
And
Julian.
We will end that off there. So, that was the end of the second session. I hope you all are enjoying listening to these, and I hope you're all having as much fun as we are. If you're interested in any of the background lore, classes, species, or anything else related to the campaign, let me know in the comments below, and I'll find a way for people to see them. If you're enjoying the series and wanted to stay updated on when the next episodes are out, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving the video a like. I would also like to thank Chris for joining us this session, and I look forward to more of his shenanigans. Well, until next time, thank you all for watching, and have a great, great life, everyone.